Okay, Lindsay, it looks like we're on and recording.
Okay.
All right, so Lindsay is with the Funeral Services Program here, and she is going to be taking us through this wonderful, what is the name of this room, Lindsay?
This is the funeral planning suite. It is our mock selection room that all funeral homes have on the premises, and it's an opportunity for the students to be trained in how to navigate a selection room and how to present merchandise opportunities to families.
Right on, and that's a time that people are probably pretty sensitive.
Yes.
So you must take a lot of skills training to navigate
Yes.
a business transaction that needs to happen in a time when people might be all over the place.
Yes, we like to allow, the second year of the program is an internship opportunity, so we like to allow most of the individual establishments to focus in on the business aspect of how to present merchandise and within their personal establishment structure, but this is an opportunity to discuss the merchandise and how it might positively impact a family. So an opportunity for the students to get familiar with what products are available and how to best utilize them for specific family needs.
Fantastic. Let's have a look around this room.
Mm-hmm.
This is something else.
Yes.
And this is something, and this is something. Can you tell us a little about this? I guess let's get oriented in the room first.
Sure.
It's so interesting for me. I know nothing about it. So this area is all, what is this called, and what is this?
This is a corner that's dedicated to traditional style caskets.
Right.
They range from some of the more basic and entry-level models that are typically used for cremation purposes, whether they are cremation containers specifically or just a lower grade casket that is also suitable for cremation. And then there are a couple of examples of more elaborate and ornate caskets because many funeral homes carry a variety of those. We have a wooden one as well as a sample cut of a metal casket.
That's fantastic.
We also have the two full models in the corner.
Can you just, because our viewers can see
Sure.
anywhere you want.
I can walk over there too.
Okay, I think that we might not pick up your audio from there.
Okay.
So we can, let's relocate the camera. Hey everybody, we're relocating the camera so you can have a different look.
Okay.
And we can stay close to the mic.
Great.
All right, show us about this, Lindsay.
Yes, so these are the two full-size casket models. They're not models, pardon me.
They're
Full-size
beautiful.
caskets that the students can interact with. The lower casket is an environmentally friendly casket. It's made without any synthetic products or any animal resins or any metal parts, so it's completely biodegradable. And the upper casket is a full-sized Dominion Maple is the product name. But we have it specifically because it is also a very common ceremonial casket that is used for rental purposes that families can rent and can reuse within the funeral home up to a certain number.
Wow.
Mhm.
I'm just going to pull this chair out of the
Please.
way so I think folks might be able to see that environmentally friendly casket.
Mhm.
Okay, and then, so these are for cremation.
These are urns,
And
yes.
look how beautiful the urn is with the shells and...
Thank you. That's a biodegradable urn.
Wow.
It's made out of a gelatin composite, so when it comes in contact with water, it will biodegrade. So it's a lovely opportunity for families who are looking to either inter cremated remains and have them return to the earth or to scatter over water.
That's an option that I
Yeah.
know several of my friends have wanted.
Absolutely.
That had been expressed by the person while they were living,
Mhm.
that they be returned to a spot that was important to them.
Definitely.
And that can go very deep, isn't it? And then over here we have this section, and what's happening over here?
They're additional urns. They're just different styles of urns.
Oh, these
We've
are
tried
different
to,
urns.
yeah.
And what's all this stuff down here with the plate?
They're just different setups and different ways of presenting urns so that
That's great.
that family members who are visiting the selection room can see them in a different context. So we've taken one of them and set them up as a potential pet urn. There's another one for a smaller child, a classic urn, a marble urn. We just
What-
tried to give them a little bit of context.
What are these little guys about? They look like little
Those are
minions.
keepsakes. Yeah, they're little mini urns. That's a
I
set of
got it.
6.
All
So
right.
a set of cremated remains could be divided
Family
into
members
exactly.
and stuff like that. That's amazing. Let's move the camera over here for fun. And all right, so now we have this next section all the way through here. Tell us about what's happening in this part of our studio.
Well, a big focus in the industry period is personalization, how to best encapsulate and represent the person who has passed away. It's less about, once upon a time, funerals were pretty standard. It was a question of what day visitation would be, for how long, what casket, and what cemetery, and now things have really changed and evolved. Families in particular want to do something that feels unique and representative of the person that they have lost. And so we're encouraging our students to get creative with different ways to bring that opportunity to families, whether it is suggesting something that might be a little outside the box or something that is a little more familiar and comfortable to them but with an expanded option. Just like the register books, they're pretty standard across the board, but rather than just being a standard book, that families have seen time and time again, there are different opportunities to personalize the books, whether they be custom exteriors or custom interiors.
I see.
Mhm.
Let's move over this way a little
Sure.
bit to look at this great with the teddy bears and all these little pendants.
Yes.
These are further personalization opportunities?
They are.
or-
They're also cremation jewelry and cremation keepsakes. The jewelry in particular can be made either with a portion of cremated remains, or oftentimes a fingerprint or another personal memento, whether it be a lock of hair. There are some lockets here that we love that can incorporate material as well. So we've had families who have selected them and had a piece of cloth from like a wedding dress or a particularly significant garment put into it to be worn around the neck or wherever it is that they would like. The comfort cups in particular are a keepsake urn. It's a little teddy bear that has a pocket on the inside where you can either put a piece of cremated remains, you can cut a lock of hair, you can put a locket inside of it, or you can fill it with anything else personal, and it's a huggable urn. Yeah.
Emotional connection you can make.
It's great. It's wonderful for
Wow.
kids who have lost somebody significant, but it also is an opportunity for a parent or an adult who has lost a child to present them with something that is
The
a little...
training you must receive, Lindsay, to understand how to navigate those emotional circumstances
Do our
and to
best.
put a positive, or to put an element, I mean, that's a subject of another video, I'm sure.
It's a
But
whole course, yeah.
But as you're interacting, you can see that this permeates
Yes.
the learning. This is quite amazing. At the very end,
Mhm.
what does that look like?
That
What
is,
about?
specifically, that is an urn arc, which is the outer receptacle or container that you see that's holding the urn on the inside.
Yes.
It's a great opportunity to include guests and family members in interacting with the urn. So it provides us with the opportunity to have pallbearers, more than one. Typically, an urn is carried by one person, but this is an opportunity to have 4 to even 6
Wow.
potentially carrying the urn.
Yeah.
It also it adds an element of ceremony. If we were to go off-site, say to a church or to a place of worship, then you can actually process in with some of the ceremony that's associated with the traditional casket, but not necessarily with the burial or entombment that goes along with caskets.
Right, and the way it's set up, the way it's framed. I'm just going to move the camera over here to the center so that all of our viewers can kind of be in the middle of the room with us and look where you want. So you use this for teaching.
Yes.
So I would be a student that knows nothing of this.
Right.
You would then walk me through these different types of...
The students have the chance to, they have an orientation about the products. They also work off of a sample price list that mimics all of the products that are in the room right now.
Right.
So everything that they're working off of in their documentation mirrors a specific product that is present in this room.
Wow. So I guess there's a whole bunch of considerations that go into the final decision. Oh, that's fascinating. So when you use this for teaching purposes, I take it, I see desks here.
Yes.
So students would normally come in here with
This
their
semester, yes.
notebooks and stuff.
Yep.
And you would be giving some sort of lecture or guidance, and then would they all be interacting with these? Or
Occasionally we interact with the actual materials, but often this space is used for our seminars, which are hourly seminars every week, where the students have the chance to practice more of the practical skills that they're going to be
That's
asked to demonstrate in their internships.
So I take it in your program there's a good deal of practical component.
There is.
Probably not a whole lot of lecturing going on.
There's a lot of lecture, a
As
lot
well,
of
so
theory.
there's a lot of theory.
Yes.
And then the practical end of things.
Exactly, because the employers want the interns to feel confident to demonstrate these skills
Superb.
on the job day one.
That's great.
Yes.
So Lindsay, we'll just put a pause on this,
Sure.
and we'll look at another shoot.